Alright. Good morning. Good morning and welcome back to another week of Trackmania Formula League. We'll get started in just a few minutes and try to wake up in the meantime. One more lap. Heh. Welcome in, Bootsy and family. This is the warm-up map. We're about to jump to the real map, and the real map is going to look even more wild. Trust me. No, that's what I wanted to pull up. I think we're doing like 36 laps or something. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? We are doing... Where is it? We're doing 38 laps, which means it's going to be probably a longer, lap course than usual. So we'll see how it goes. So you can see on the top over there, we got promoted to Division 5. We were in Division 6. We were kind of like in the top 10, and we have been going up like 1 or 2 places every week or so. And I thought last week wasn't going to be very good, but we ended up better than expected, and we just basically snuck in to the next division. So we went from being like 5th. Well, from last week, we went from being 3rd in Division 6 to being 49th in Division 5 now. So we'll see if that affects... okay, that's a wall. We'll see if that affects my standings in the race and whatnot, but either way, it'll be fun. Alright, so there's a lot of what I'm going to call hazards around this track. So we'll just have to obviously keep an eye out for those. And be aware of like those little jumps, try not to do them, reduce air time, all that fun stuff. Whoop, whoop. But welcome to Chichén, Itzá, I think it's how it's pronounced. I looked it up at one point. Chichén Itzá, welcome to this very windy road. But I think, yeah, it's one lap. So we used, 11 liters of fuel. So it's going to be definitely shorter lap stints, I think. What place would I like to get today? So before I was saying like, oh, top 20 is like a reasonable goal, and like top 15 is like a thing to stretch for. I would say, I want to say top 30. Just because I think even though I might not have the pace necessarily, I still will have like the consistency to do well. And I think hopefully it doesn't happen to me, so knock on wood. I think this does look like a difficult course where people can flip and whatnot. So I think a few people will probably not finish. So I think 30. Yeah, this section of turns is just that's funky. But yeah, top 30 I think would be nice. It also depends on how many people show up, because right now there's 31 people in the lobby, so I don't want to brag, but I feel like I could get top 30 out of 31 people. It'd be really sad if I didn't. Probably don't need to drift that. Need to drift this one though. Okay, maybe not that soon because of that wall there. Turn. Oh, that's a drift turn. Hey, honk honk. Don't follow me, I don't know where I'm going. Okay, yeah, so you're gonna have to drift that one. I don't think you can like angle it right just to get through the middle of all that. And then this section of turns is... This is basically just to like reset everyone's speed, because there's no way you're keeping speed through like these two 180s. It's just straight into the finish. Oh, the pit lane is literally right there. Like, there is no pit lane. You're just at the pit. That's pretty cool. That'll mean faster pit times, which is good because... No, actually, no. We're still gonna have the same amount of pits. Just less laps per pit. Or more laps. I don't know. Less laps. Yeah. Last week's race, we had 69 laps. I think we did 5 stops though, so I think we went in at like 10 and 11s. This one will probably be lucky if we get like 9 laps, just how it's looking so far. So we'll probably do 8 lap stints, which would put me, I think it was 38 laps, so 4 stops, and then 2 of those 8s become a 7? Is that how math works? Yeah, I don't know, we'll figure that out in a second. Bit of a better time. I don't think I've had a clean lap yet though, so. Oh geez, I just looked up. Yeah, so My best time is a 1:28, which is just absurd from like a lap time. I forgot where I was going. You know, usually we've been doing like 40-second laps, 50-second laps, minute laps, not like a minute 20, minute 30. Okay, more drift there. So yeah, 1:25 is my current finished lap time. The best I could probably do is a 1:21, it says, if I didn't make any crashes. So still got maps to learn. But I don't know. This should be a fun one. It's definitely got enough variety, twists and turns to kind of keep you on your toes, to keep you focused throughout the entire map. Because last week's was, I wasn't a big fan of it, just because it was kind of a more what we call NASCAR style, where it was really just, you know, you held accelerate the entire time and rarely drifted, and basically you just went full speed ahead the entire time. But with this one, there's actually a bit more variety where, you know, you're doing a lot more drifts. You get a re-chance to kind of normalize your speed if you make a crash. So this should be good. Alright, it's probably there. It's probably still too soon, but it's fine. So as you can see, the real kicker is going to be fuel in the bottom right, not tires. But again, we don't want to get too low on tires, because as I'm now on like these little yellow tires, I can feel that I have like less reactionary tires. Like I've got a bit of a slower turn radius, which will make these, you know, drifts and turns even harder. And that'll just kind of periodically get worse as I continue to do drifts, which are basically required for these turns. But alright, this will be a banger of a lap time. Okay, well, I mean, in terms of numbers wise, it was like almost a 5-second PB, but in terms of standings wise, you know, it went like 3 places or something, 4 places. So we still got another second or so on potential, but I would say that lap that we just did, that's probably an ideal lap for me, unless I, you know, make any other future discoveries in the next 10 minutes or so. But so with that time, with that pace, you know, there's 20 people who are doing better lap times than me. Best lap times, of course, not average. So we don't know that. So if everyone drove, you know, that exact lap every lap, which just doesn't happen, fortunately and unfortunately, we'd end up, you know, 22nd right now, which is kind of why I think top 30 is reasonable to get. Probably push for top 25. I don't think top 20 is likely, but maybe. We'll see how the race goes, I guess. Let me get into it and actually be on the field and whatnot. Being in the higher division means we probably won't get some qualifier points, but we could if we get a really good qualifier and, you know, people make mistakes along the way. So, okay, so you can feel these tires now. Well, I mean, do we do 9s? So okay, so here's the trouble now. If you do 9s, you need to do 2 10s, or hope you get lapped twice, because stopping, you know, 3 times to do 9-lap stints is only 36, because that's how math works. I'm gonna pit here. And I don't think we're gonna get lapped twice, just because of how long this this course is. Like, we'll probably get lapped once, but we're not gonna get lapped twice, because that's like a 3-minute lap overlap, like time difference. So I think that's what I want to do. Let's just check. No. Okay, so 38. I think. So yeah, I think we'll do 3 8s and 2 7s. So basically what I did there, you know, I still had 15% fuel. I forget how much tires, like 20, 25% or something probably. So to be able to do that, I think is fine. And we'll only need to do that 1 to 3 times. I mean, probably 2 or 3 times. And then the 7s or the other times. I think that's doable. I think that's reasonable. I think that's probably actually what most people are going to do. I don't see many people trying to do the 9-lap stints and only stop 3 times. If they do, they're crazy. But so I think we'll do 8, 8, 8, 7, 7. And then one of those 8s, we'll look to see how we're doing in the race and see if we're probably going to get lapped. And then one of those 8s just becomes another 7. So. Feeling pretty good about this. The only thing is just to not crash and fall off the track or fall off the track. Excuse me. I'm sure that looked great on camera. Alright, so I am drifting a lot more than I probably need to. Probably be released on a drift. I don't know. These could probably be releases too. Dang it! I was going for a PB. Those can probably be. Oh, I still got a PB. Not as much as I would have. Probably would have got me back up to 20th or so. It looks like. Yeah, let's just do all these normally, and then we'll drift here. Oh! I don't think I touched the wall there, but it felt very close the entire time. Okay, I don't think that needs to be a drift. I don't think I was drifting that one earlier. We'll come back to that one. This one I think needs to be a drift though. Yeah, because last time I didn't. I went out into the grass. This one probably could just do a release there and work our way through. It loses a bit of speed, but since you're going to be turning in these sections anyway to kind of reset the speed, it's not that big a deal. Okay. So here's going to be a PB on top of that last PB now. because I crashed there last time. So, yeah, there's no second. Oh, and I forgot to turn. I got distracted looking at the leaderboard. So drift here, but not exactly there. Maybe a bit later. This one is not a drift. Yeah. This is a drift at top though. And then another drift here. And then let's just do a release there. Nope. Okay. Maybe we did release and brake, which I'll probably just do a drift there then, I guess. Let's see if we can do this. Yeah, I mean, it can be done. That doesn't mean it needs to be done. Is this drift? I have been drifting that, but I guess it doesn't need to be. I think that was kind of an auto drift though, because I drove over the grass. Okay, yeah, that'll be a new drift then, or you can line up that angle better. Tried to sneak in there. Yeah, so the thing we'll just keep an eye on is the tire wear. We're not gonna run out of either of them, but we don't want to basically use more tire than is maybe needed. Just because we probably will get down to like the 10-15%, and that's just not fun to drive on. Oh yeah, I guess we can't do another lap, even with a minute left, just because. I don't know. I think we're gonna drift that. It just feels right. This is all just full speed ahead though. And we'll drift there. And then we'll drift again here. And this is not a drift, but it's up here. Tiny drift there. And then that's it for now. Tiny drift there. Oh boy. Good luck, have fun, my friends. So, we're probably not going to get, I think, top 13 gets points for qualifying. I don't think we're going to get that. Just because of the new division and how we were kind of looking during free practice. But if we can get a cheeky point, I wouldn't mind it. It's eerily quiet. The music stopped. It's back. Alright. Division 5. Race 1 of Division 5. week 5, race 5 of the season. Okay. I think there's a warm-up of like a minute, 30 seconds. Alright. Turn off cars. Alright, so this will be a long qualifier because we're doing 2 laps still. Really the second lap is the only one that usually counts because you have the flying lap, but we'll do our best on either one. And remember that turn coming into the second lap because it sneaks up on you. Not the best drift, but alright. We're gonna refuel and retire after this, so just use whatever you got. That's what we're doing here. Although I guess we should be using what we got on the second lap, and anyway. This one's been going well so far. If I can do this one on top of the flying lap, I think we'll be good. Maybe not great, but you know, whatever. So let's do it. Oop, I already panicked. I forgot when the drift. That's awkward. That probably lost me a second or so. Second and a half. I mean, our splits are dropping, so clearly we had room to grow. And they dropped again. Cool. Oh geez. Imagine PBing on the lap you messed the start up. Alright, well, let's see how we did. Yeah, we're 15th already. 19th now. So let's just for fun take off, you know, that second and a half. Let's just take off a second. So let's say 118.8. We would have been 18th. 118. We needed 18.2, which probably even without that crash we wouldn't have gotten. So it doesn't matter too much in terms of that crash, I guess. We did the best we could, and even if we had done our best, you know, it still wouldn't have been that much difference. The only difference is we're gonna we'll just start, you know, a few seconds behind. Right now we're in 22nd. Probably gonna fall down. Oh. Nah, probably will stay 22nd. I don't think these two people will pass in front of me. Yep, okay. So we did a 17.7 to get 1 point, which wasn't happening on that lap. We ended up 23rd. I did notice that there are 32 people in this lobby. One person just said they weren't going to make it to actually do the full race. So, you know, top 30, it's even possible. Yeah. Cool. So, I don't know. I think top 25 is reasonable. Oh. Oh. Hmm. Sorry, I was looking at Discord. Yeah, so top 25 I think is reasonable. I think top 20 is a good goal to shoot for out of the 32 people, 31 people who are going to race. The reason why I was going is the weather report came in earlier today and said there's going to be a 55% chance of rain. Which usually means it's going to rain, at least for part of the race. But it didn't rain during free practice, which I think means it's not going to rain during the race, because no one got a chance to practice in the rain, which I think is like the second time this has happened, where like there was a high percentage of rain and then it just never rained. We had snow 2 weeks ago, but no rain. And rain would really it wouldn't really screw me over. I think our pit strat would still be fine. It would just get a lot more difficult because of you don't have as much grip with the road, obviously, when it's wet. And so to do all of these turns that I've been drifting, instead of drifting, you like slide out. So you really have to do a lot more releases. And on a course like this, where if you slide out, like you fall out into a wall or a grass pit or area or whatever, like it can get to you. It can get you good. So I don't know if that means it'll still rain throughout the race. But we'll just be wary of that, I guess, because like this turn right here, that's gonna suck in the rain. Bird outside my window. So we'll like always, just do our best and have fun and see how we do. 20 people aren't showing up in this division, so I know I'm better than them at least. Which means we probably won't get demoted. Because that means... Yeah, I don't know, anyway. As long as we finish, let me put it that way. As long as we finish, we're probably not going to get demoted. Okay. I just wanted to do that turn again, just because I messed it up, like every time. But, okay. So here's where we're starting on the grid. It's a bit farther back, but in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't make that much of a difference. It could get us like an extra place or something if we're like 5 seconds ahead, but I don't know. Anyway, we're off. Lap 1 of 38. Let the race begin. And there's that one person giving up who said they were, so we've already got a free place. Really unfortunate for them. Obviously, it's not great when you can't race. There is a way to like excuse yourself with an absence and not like be penalized for it. So maybe this was like a last minute thing that came up. Either way, it's a shame they're missing out. But we'll just focus on our own race, see how we do. So far, we're pretty much sticking with the same spot that we started with. Never mind. But everyone is very close together still, as you can see. So, I think this is going to be a good race. It doesn't seem like there's been too many mistakes yet. So everyone's still kind of within 5 seconds of each other. Which will definitely spread out as we continue on the next 37 laps. Was kind of on autopilot there. And I took my eyes off the road and somehow we gained time on that. Alright, so massive PB. Not going to be as massive as that one that just finished, but... Alright, apparently it wasn't that massive. We're still on 18th, fastest lap on the right, but felt massive to me. Whew. Yeah, you can really feel how long this track is. I'm like, oh man, I feel like I've been racing for so long and it's still only lap 3. Okay. This is more of a smaller PB, but still will get us, actually not even a place maybe. Yeah, a place. We're looking good on fuel and tire. Obviously, okay, well that was not a drift I needed to do. Obviously our tire is pretty much neck and neck with our fuel, which isn't bad, but it's just going to be something that we're going to have to keep an eye on as we enter laps like 7 and 8 of our stints. Especially like these turns here, like being able to weave back and forth like that is just so much harder to do when the tires are at like 15%. Oh, okay. Small little ding on the car there. That'll buff out. Alright. Not the best series of turns, unfortunately, on that one. but not too punishing. Everyone's still pretty close. Okay, so that was lap 4, so we're at 53 fuel and 55 tire. So we might end up with, what is that? Like 6% fuel and 10% tire. Oh yeah, that lap is gonna suck on tires. But it'll be fine. We'll make it work. As we're already getting down to kind of the yellow tires. So it's starting to become noticeable. It's not that noticeable that we really need to worry about it, but it's a bit of delay. You feel it. It's kind of like having bad ping or something, where you do an input and it doesn't really happen until, like, 100 milliseconds later, which doesn't seem like a lot, but when you're used to like 0 latency, you can feel it. It's like trying to play Smash Online with Nintendo servers. It just doesn't work. Okay. That wall is really well designed, where you just kind of hug it the entire way, and it just looks at you the entire time, and you look back at it, and you're like, I'm not going to hit you, and then it goes, okay. Because walls talk. Everyone knows walls talk. Because what did one wall say to the other wall? Meet you at the corner, obviously. Are there corners in this? Do these count as corners? I don't know. Everything's curved. Alright, someone's out, so free place. Some people are pitting at 6. Interesting. Don't know how that's going to work out for you. That's what, like 4 6s and 2 7s? I mean, I guess it works if you're concerned about tires. But I just don't think it's maybe necessary. Although we are down on near 30% now, so definitely more noticeable. Not making the best drifts right now. I think I'm overthinking it. Alright, leader's pitting at 7. I think we're doing our one more. We'll do 8 now, because we're gonna have to do at least 1 8. That's a given. Let's see. Oh, we're in 8th place. I thought that we're just gonna stay on lap 8 the entire time. Alright, so I think like 12 people pitted then. So about a third of the field or so. Wall bang, illegal, illegal. Didn't need to drift that. But I think in terms of how we're ending up with fuel and tire, I'm not too concerned as maybe as I thought I was going to be. It's really only like this lap that hasn't been too great in terms of the tires. But we don't have to do that every single stint because the other ones are going to be 7s. And we have plenty of reserve fuel. Reserve fuel and tires. Someone's doing a 9. They're doing 9s. I told them they were crazy if they were doing that. Not me. No, thank you. Okay. So we did like 90% fuel in 8 laps. So I don't know what that number is off the top of my head, but that's what we'll fill up on our last stint. 90 divided by 8 times 7, whatever that is. Okay. So I think everyone, except for those 2 people at the front, have pitted now. So the grid has kind of reset. But 1 stint down. And 4 to go? 4 to go? Yeah, I think 4 to go. I don't know. Lap 38 of, or no, yeah, lap 8 out of 38 done. So, okay. So there's the 1 pit. Second pit should be happening shortly after. Or 10 seconds after. There it is. Okay. They're doing 9s. They did it. They just need to do that 1 more time. And then they can do 8s for the next few times. Or no. No, they have to do that every time. No. 9, 9. No, they have to do 10s. Don't they? Because 9 times 4 is 36. So what are they going to do with those extra 2 laps? They had to be 10s. Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, the 9 start's not going to work. Like, we'll probably pit up the same amount of times, but they just spent more time than they needed to on the red tires. So it's just not balanced. Balanced out, so slight loss for them just because of that, but whatever floats your boat. Maybe they just didn't think of the strat, or I don't know. They can do themselves. They can do them. You do you. I'll do me. As we're kind of fighting in the middle of the 20s here. Okay. A little scrape there, so we'll fall down a bit, but no biggie. I see Flagman was behind me. I've raced against them many times. I wonder where Mitch is. So Mitch and I were in Division 6 together, fellow USA player. I think got like 2nd or 3rd last race. So good for them. So they were definitely going to get promoted. And then I barely just got promoted as well, so USA bros stick together, I guess. But yeah, they've gotten some good times, good paces. So I'm really interested to see. I mean, comparatively, you know, we were in that lower division together, so maybe it doesn't compare in Division 5, but I don't know, we'll see. I think they got like 12th qualifying or something, so hey, better than I did. Better than I did. I think Flagman's got me now. Yep. part always makes me nervous. Trust the car. Trust the car to hold its grip. I think that turn I can take better. I think it loses me a bit of time going into this whole straightaway thing. Whoa, okay, we didn't hit that time. Maybe another small PB. Alright, so there's people are still doing 6s. So there was another pit. Or one pit, I guess. But they left the pit, so I don't know what happened there. Someone's game probably crashed or something. That's really unfortunate. They were behind us though, so. Oh, another person's out, right in front of me. Wonder what happened there. Maybe I had a bad flip or something. If I was playing with Ghost on, I probably would have seen that. So, a double punch right there of white flags. It's not what you like to see. You want people to see their race to conclusion, but at the same time, yeah, I don't mind going out of place. Alright, someone else is in the pit now. They're doing their 7s. They're probably in the same pit strat as I am. They're just getting their 7s out early, I guess. So, probably doesn't mean much. In terms of like, you know, oh, we'll pass them when they do their extra pit. They probably won't do an extra pit than me. I don't really think anyone's doing extra pits. I think everyone's doing 5 stops. 4 stops? 4 stops. Maybe some people are doing 5 stops, but it seems like everyone's doing 4 stops pretty comfortably. As the leaders pit now. Alright, so they're 45 seconds ahead. Oh, okay. So they're 45 seconds ahead. So it's possible that they're going to lap me once. So I guess this is why you would do the 7 laps to begin with, because you know you're going to be doing 7 laps, and then at the end you just... Anyway. Let's pit now, actually. Oh, there's a bump there. Did not see it. Let's just pit now. Because I think... So if we don't get lapped, we have to still do 2 more 8s. I think it's likely we only need to do... Alright, we might be coming in at 7 laps next time because I went pretty early, but... If there was no laps taking place, I would need to do 3 8s and 2 7s. I've already done one of those 8s, so we need to do 2 more 8s. But if we get lapped, we only do one of those 8s becomes 7, and then if we get lapped twice, we only need to do 2 7s. We have 7s left then. I think looking at it, it's likely we're going to get lapped once. But I think it's unlikely we're going to get lapped twice. It's right on the edge, but I don't want to rely on it. So I think we'll just assume we're only going to get lapped once. This means we need to do one other 8. and the rest of the pit people are pitting now, so jump up in front of those two people. I don't know, top 25, it's definitely possible. Top 20 would be great. Oh yeah, look at that drift. Look at that tire wear. I pit now. Oh, 2.8s. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, they're the leaders. They're not gonna get lapped. It's just the lowly 49th out of 50th person in this division is gonna get lapped. And all the people are behind me as well. Probably. Alright, one thing we'll have to keep track of is I went in at lap 15, so kind of throws off the multiples of 8 and 7 a bit, but I think this one will be a 7, just because I did only do like 93 liters of fuel, which is definitely enough to do 8 on. But whatever. I think I have subconsciously started drifting more, just because I know there's going to be less bad turn, less timeout on this stint. So I think we've committed to 7 lap this stint. Alright, so we'll go in at, that was only 2 laps on this. So then we'll go in at the end of 23? No, 22. I think 22. No, 23. I think it's 23. I don't know. We'll guess it. Because we went in at, someone's out. Oh, but they're behind me. Good lap time. Okay, so we went in at 8, 15. We'll go 7 on top of 15, which is 22. Yeah. Math is hard. Okay. We didn't touch. We didn't touch. It was a wonky set of turns, but we did not touch. I'm still chasing down Flagman, I just noticed. Oh, wasn't Rookie like one of the leaders? Or were they one of the people doing the 9 lap things? I can't remember. There's too many people with R's in their name. Who would have their name start with an R? I mean, honestly. Okay. Yeah, you can go so much wider on that turn. I just haven't because I'm scared of the grass area. Snaky, snaky. Okay. section. Time that I'm about to lose in this section. Oh, there it is. Alright, well the good news is, as of right now, we're halfway done with the race. Actually, we're probably halfway done, like halfway through the lap, just because we're probably going to get lapped, but we are officially halfway, looking at the top right. Alright, leaders are pitting at 20. How does that work? 677? I don't know. To each their own. Okay. Fastest lap. Fastest lap. Fastest lap. Nope. I must have had a good end on the fastest lap as well. But it was close. Those are the laps we want to do. Even if you don't PB, just get within a tenth of it. Consistency. Oh, oh! I thought I hit that, and then I didn't hit that. And I tried to correct against hitting it, but I hadn't hit it. So I just ran to the wall again. But I didn't run to the wall because I realized I was going to hit the wall. So I braked. I don't know. It was just an awkward set of circumstances. Brain's working too fast and hitting things that I didn't actually hit. Alright, so if I pit now, this would have been all 7s, but since I did that 8 at the start, yes, we will pit next one. Not this one. And we still got, yeah, 15 liters. We'll be fine. It's just going to be, we're at low tires, so just thinking about that. Thinking about how I got 22% tires to do a sick drift like that. Oh yeah. Checked out the sick drifts. Yeah. I mean, it was an okay drift. That wasn't a good drift actually. I drifted too soon. Alright, that needs to be a drift just because I have no turn radius right now. That's a drift. I mean, these can all be drifts. Who cares at this point, right? We're pitting anyway. Alright. And then here. Snake. Oh, yeah, that's a slow turn. Alright. That could have gone. I mean, that went as well as it could have on these tires. So, alright. Box, box, box. Alright, let's get the 8 out of the way. So we'll probably fill up to near full this time and not leave at like 93. Alright, I think we're technically in the spot. It's just going to be really awkward to get out of this right now. I'm actually going to reverse and go forward. Ah, perfect. Perfect. I think I got a little extra fuel out of that, but whatever. I was penalized for the bad pit entry. Someone's out, which we just passed them. So That's interesting. I think we're up to like, what, 4 or 5 people out? So top 25 I think is a given. Because how many people are below me right now? 25? 26? Okay, so it's not a given, I guess, but if we can keep this up, we'll be there. The person behind me is 12, 13 seconds behind me. So that's a good buffer. The person in front of me is 2, 3 seconds in front of me, which is not a good buffer for them. So there's a chance. Imagine if I had taken a better pit entry, we would have been right up there. Imagine if we took any turn better, we also would have been up there. You can say that about anything. Oh, if we hadn't touched that wall on lap like 17. Oh, we would have been right up there. Ah, if you just didn't crash, we could have won, you know? So easy. Just don't crash. Who would have thought? Alright, we have been lapped, I just noticed. Actually, we're actually with them right now. Or actually, no. They have lapped us. But they're like a checkpoint ahead, so like as I cross the checkpoint, the lap thing goes away until the next checkpoint, so like, yeah. As I passed that checkpoint, they were right here. So we have been lapped, so that's 1 lap we will not do. That's 1/8 we will not do. Because we only have 14, maybe 13 laps left, it's unlikely we will get lapped again. So we will have to do 2 8s and 3 7s, which adds up to 39. No, not 39. Oh wait, someone's out. We passed them. Or no, they're behind us. Way behind us. 16 plus 21 is 37, which makes sense because that's 1 less than 38. I guess I could have just done that. Anyway, yes, we will do 1 more 8. Is the long end to that math problem. You've heard of long division, but you never saw long addition done that way. Division? Did I say division the first time? Long division? This was long addition. Ugh, my brain is becoming mush. But we'll go in at 30? Yeah, 30. And then we'll just have 7 laps left. Because I already did a 7, that's right. I was like, that's not adding up in my head. Leaders pitted at 26, which I think is their 3 8s. Drifted too soon, but it wasn't that bad of a crash. It was a bad crash, but it could have been a lot worse. Like, we kept going forward. That was a 2-second crash, which is practically nothing compared to like the crashes I had last week, where those were like 6-second crashes. Yep, that was maybe too much winding, but it worked out. Hey, that was a good section. half a second off my PB. Line it up. Perfect, perfect. That was okay. Really opened up that turn just to see if it would make a difference. It did not. Oh, that was such a tight turn. Alright, let's nail these now. Alright, we did not nail it because I was going too fast out of that turn after the checkpoint. And I didn't get a setup just quite right. But still a good lap. Just up until the end there. Oh, almost forgot about that turn. Alright, so the person just pitted in front of me. There's no way they're going to do another 9 laps, so I think they have to pit again. But that's like a 4 and a 5 to even it out, so that's a wonky pit strat. I think something got messed up there. Because right now I'm just trying to think like, alright, so I haven't pitted yet. Everyone probably has to pit at least once more now. Are there still people who have to pit twice? Because if there is, then I will go up from like 21st to, you know, another place that is above 21. Look at that. That's how you take those turns. Oh, not like that. Not when you don't get a drift. I spoke too soon. I spoke too soon! Spoke too soon. Uh-oh. Out of fuel. Right at the finish. Oh, that's unfortunate. So when you run out of fuel, you can like coast into the pit lane. Like you're still losing speed. But you lose speed very slowly. Like I saw someone last season finish like half of a lap on just coasting. And I think they ended up getting like 3rd or something. And it was a fantastic finish. But to be able to go out of fuel like right near the pit, that's unfortunate. Because what probably happened, or what, I mean, I don't know what happened, but like if they crashed like going into the pit, or I guess there is that kind of twisty turny section before. So you really have to take those turns very gently and not crash and scrape and whatnot. Because yeah, these right here, I guess if you were coasting, which I'm actually doing right now, not coasting necessarily, but I wanted to take that one slow just because of the tires. Yeah, to build up speed, it's a long way to coast, I guess. So it's unfortunate, but this is our last lap. This is our second 8 lap and last 8 lap. Someone's out. They were in front of me, it looks like, so we'll get a place there. We do have low tires, so I'm taking that into account. I maybe took that too much into account for that one. But we knew that this one was going to be the difficult one. The 8s, we knew were going to be the hard one, the hard laps. So it'll lose us probably, overall, because we only did 2 of them, we probably at most only lost, 5 seconds or something. 6 seconds, 7 seconds, 10, let's just say 10 seconds overall. Because like this, okay, bad example. This lap, it had been like 3.7 behind. Yeah, so 5 seconds. But 5 seconds, you know, over the 2 times we had to do it, you know, this is going to be a 35-second pit or something like that. To lose 10 seconds is preferable than doing an extra, you know, 30, 40-second pit, 50-second pit with the running. Oh crap! Oh crap! How high are we feeling? Yeah, I guess. I don't know. That's probably too much. Maybe it's not enough. I don't know. We can go in for an extra stop just to get like 10 liters of fuel if it's really a problem. But I think what's 100 divided by 7? That's like 14? 13 and a half? I don't think we've been using 13 and a half liters of fuel. 13 and a half liters of fuel every lap. So I think we'll be fine. What did I leave at? 87 something? 85? Yeah, I think we'll be fine. In fact, we probably have like an extra 10-15 liters than needed. Didn't think that one through. I guess I didn't realize that this was the last stint. By the way, this is our last stint. That was our last pit stop. Basically what's going to happen now is everyone's going to do a pit at some point, if they haven't already. And then the place we're currently at is the place we're probably going to end up being if everything stays the same. And actually, even if it doesn't stay the same, it's probably unlikely because I got a 10-second gap in front of me. What did I say? 8-second gap in front of me, a 12-second gap behind me. So if we can just race consistently and kind of at the pace we have been, then it looks like we'll be getting this place 21st, which I'm happy about. 20th would be fantastic if anyone up in front of me wants to give up or crash or something. You know, I'm not picky. You can choose the way you want to go out. But yeah, you can see though that actually maybe not you can't see. I was gonna say at the bottom left, the person who is out has still been out. So that's plus 40 seconds, which means I don't think there's more than 23 people actually still racing. So we knew going into this that we were going to be kind of at an uphill battle. So out of the people who are still in, you know, to be third from last, it shouldn't be too surprising, but hey, I'm happy with 21st. I'm totally cool with that. Oh, Rezer's in front of me. It'd be really cool if you crash, Rezer. I think they were in Division 6 last time as well, and they got moved up alongside all of us. Okay. Good time. Oh, we also have had the slowest lap time for a while. But not anymore. Now we're 23rd again. Oh, whoops, okay. Alright, Slickster has pitted again. I think as I said that earlier, they were going to have to. Yeah, they're doing like a 4-3 lap. Yeah, that's unfortunate for them. But hey, that's why we do math. That's why I crash doing math all the time. I'm trying to figure out a pit strat. But with that, we move in the 20th. Hehehe. The gap is not really closing in front of me. It's starting to close behind me, but that was because I had a little, I think, scrape, crash, bump at the start of this lap. Already blocked that in memory. Alright, leaders pitting on lap 35, so that's unusual. Oh! I don't think we hit. It was really awkward, but I don't think we hit. But either way, it was really awkward, so they're probably going to catch up a bit. Oh, maybe not. I don't know. Yeah, a little bit, I guess, but still 7.5 seconds, so it's definitely possible that we can still get past. So we'll just focus up. We've probably got another 2.5 laps left. No, okay, we have another 2.5 laps left. I don't think we're getting pit lap twice. At this point. Yeah, kind of messed up the last drift there. Another pit of the leaders at 36. Interesting. I wonder if those are the people doing the 9s. And they're like, oh crap, we gotta do an extra 2 laps still. Well, it never rained. Even though there was a 55% chance of rain. I know how coin flips work. Sometimes you don't get them, but I think that's the second time that's happened this race. Or this season. So, which can still happen. I know how probability works. Just really was hoping for some rain by now. I think week 8 or something is like an 80% chance of rain, so probably at least get that. Alright. I just realized that I've been kind of on autopilot for this last lap or so. And I see that the gaps on either side of me have kind of grown again to 10 seconds. So I think this is our last lap. Let's make it a good one. Let's finish strong. I don't know when we'll hear the checkered flag, but it'll happen at some point during this. I'm gonna guess it's probably when I'm kind of halfway, kind of in the back area. When we kind of do that like uphill U-turn. And yeah, like even if we crash like 12 seconds behind me, I think we're fine. Rezzers are a good enough player that I don't think they're gonna make a 12-second mistake either, so it looks like we're gonna be locking in 20 here. So here's where I thought we were gonna hear the chime. Still waiting for it. Still waiting for it. Still waiting for it. I guess I'm faster than I thought I was. Guys? There it is. Oh, they got they... Anyway. Alright, so we had an extra 10 liters, but who cares? we would not have gained 11 seconds on Reser. Actually, Henby. GG. We end up 20th. Yeah, the V3 Evolution guy was first, but I guess they got past 8 seconds. I guess they were trying to, I don't know. But yeah, top 20 out of 23 people look like they'll be finishing. We'll get the GGs in chat. Thanks for the congrats, Bootsy. I think that was a good race. Oh, where did Mitch end up? Mitch got 9th? Jeez. Well done. Who did 5 stops? Yeah, the leaders all did 5 stops. Let's see who is out. Yeah, it was kind of pretty even between like 4 and 5 stop people. But I guess it worked out. Either way. So we get 31 points for that, which, you know, doesn't mean much. Probably to anyone, but we will be staying in Division 5. I think that's a given. Especially since all of these people are getting 0 points, including the people who didn't show up today are they're either going to get 0 points or minus 40 points, just because they didn't show up, depending on if they excuse their absence or whatnot. But yeah, I'm happy with how that ended up. I think it was definitely felt like a closer race than usual. I guess my fastest lap time was 2 seconds behind the leader. So like on average, it could have gone well. On average, I think it did go well. I'm happy with the top 20. Yeah, I think I'm gonna show off the map though, just because it's fun. Let's take a look. So this turn was fine. This turn got me a few times just because you have to remember to drift it and turn it, and it comes up on you quickly. This whole thing is a straightaway. I saw the map like preview, and I was worried about like this section. This section was fine. This section, and then this section. This was all like full speed. I was worried about it because you might have noticed that there's no barriers anywhere. And so if you like clip the inside or something, which I think I did do once, you have a high risk of turnover. This turn is very sharp, as you can see, but it was a good drift in, drift around to this. You didn't always drift this because you would get close to this. I was worried about these blocks because you could definitely hit those and crash and flip sometimes. This turn wasn't that bad. This wasn't that bad. I don't think I ever took this turn that well. I feel like I could have done it better. But this was all good. This was all good. Set up for a drift here, and you can just like line it up, kind of, and then perfectly just in and out, in and out. Around here, avoid the airtime there. Now this whole thing was strange, to say the least. Like all these forced drifts was nice, but go on this side, I guess, where the right is. Yeah, it was fun. And then yeah, just into the finish. It was nice not having a long pit. Like you start the pit, and then you're at the pit, and then you're exit the pit. Like last week's pit was just way too long, so this was a good contrast to it. But that was week 5 of Chichén, Itzá, I don't know, sorry. 20th place, Division 5. We'll remain in Division 5 most likely. We're not going to Division 4 anytime soon, if at all. But it was nice with the daylight saving time happening in the United States, didn't happen in Europe, so it's actually, we lost an hour, but it moved us up to say the same time. So instead of doing it 8 a.m., we do it 9 a.m. It'll be the same time, 9 a.m. next week, but then Europe will get their daylight saving time in 2 weeks. So actually in 2 weeks, we'll be back at 8 o'clock for the rest of the season again. So a little bit later for these 2 races, which is nice. I felt better. I felt well rested, more awake. But we'll see how that goes in the future for next race, and then back to 8 for future races. But that's all for me. Enjoy the rest of your day, your weekend, your evening, whatever it is. And hopefully we'll see you next time. So, see ya.